Hey, what's up guys, Shake Somebody here, back with another show. Downs get a credible draw away from home. The battle for second place heats up. Bafana Bafana, it's over to you now. Let's go.
That's how it goes?
They keep asking about the best when they know it's me.
Okay.
Asking about the rest when they know it's me.
Straight in, I guess.
You know it's me.
The top two teams faced each other in Group B in the quest to top their group. CAF Champions League, Mamelodi Sundowns going up against Al Hilal. It was an away game for Masandawana. I have to say this game had needle. Why did it have needle? Because Al Ahly did the business against Cotton Sport. I think Pistol even got a goal within that game and got an assist as well. So needle in the sense that Mamelodi Sundowns needed to win this game to top the group. Al Hilal, on the other hand, needed to win this game in order to knock out Al Ahly. But the game ended 1-1. And I thought tactically it was such a good game to watch. Tactically because Mpenge, I have to give him credit, the coach of Al Hilal, the way that he has his team playing, he knows that they're not a ball possession side. He knows they can't keep the ball like Mamelodi Sundowns. But what do they have is the counter. What do they have is the speed. What do they have is the transition. And that's what he used as his weapons. And I was very impressed with that. I was really impressed with the fact that he was willing to give Sundowns the ball, draw them in, and then eventually hit them on the counter. This team is second in the group for a reason. This team beat Al Ahly at the home ground for a reason. But if I'm going to give credit to the one coach, I must give credit to the other coach, Rulani Mukwena, Mlungisi. Yeah, he noticed the threat. He noticed those runners, man. He noticed them and he was like, there's something he has to do in order to fix this up. Second half, they're playing a lot better, Mamelodi Sundowns. They fixed it. He worked on the rest defense. They're defending a lot better. And also keeping the ball within the opposition side as well. They get a goal, and I think the only thing Mamelodi Sundowns would be disappointed in is the fact that they were not able to hold out. And to be fair, the only way I saw Mamelodi Sundowns conceding a goal was if they made a mistake, and that's what Ronan Williams did. But away from home, it's a credible draw. What does the group look like? Let's have a look. Sundowns sitting at number 1, 11 points. Al Hilal, 10 points. Al Ahly, 7, and Cotton Sport, 0 points. Now, Sundowns have only one job now. They have only one job to officially top the group, because if they could draw against Cotton Sport, and then what if Al Hilal does the business against Al Ahly? And that's not what they want. So they just have to win their game. Win their game and they're officially top in the group. And to be fair, you look at that 0 that Cotton Sport have, they have not been great. They've not been great. Home and away, they're getting beat. And now they have to go to Mamelodi Sundowns, go to Loftus and try beat them. That's not going to happen. Now, with that being said, because they're going to go into the knockout stages, Masandawana, they've already qualified from that group. Who is most likely to be their opponents in the knockout stages? Let's have a look. Wydad Casablanca, tough. JS Kabelai, tough. Simba, tough. Esperance, tough. And Beluzat, tough. So whoever they're facing in the quarterfinals, it's going to be tough. Seriously tough. But I do think Mamelodi Sundowns have the ammo to compete. I think they've showed that with the number of points they have and the way that they're playing. Into knockout stages, now into the international break, I think they will come back on fire. The race for second is heating up. The drama started all with second versus third. Orlando Pirates going up against Supersport United and Mabakania winning the 3 points. 3 crucial points. When you watch the game, it was a cagey game. I think both teams knew what was on the line, and the fact that second place was there for them to fight for, and CAF Champions League football potentially next season. And both of them were not giving up chances. I think both of them didn't want to make mistakes. It was almost as if, like, you know, when you're boxing and you're like touching each other, but no one wants to open up and swing, because once you swing, you open up and then you get hit. So none of them wanted to necessarily do that. But as the game went on, though, Orlando Pirates just became the stronger boxer. You know, they were really trying to go for it. And I have to say also, Jose's subs, touche to him. You know, bringing on Mahopa as well, Maru coming on. You could see his intentions was to win the game. Whereas you looked at on the other bench, Gavin Hunt, he brought on Basera. And I think when you look at those type of subs, you think to yourself, Supersport probably are happy if they walk away from Orlando Stadium with a point. It would have been a really good point. But eventually Orlando Pirates won it. They get a penalty, Koki puts it away, and they really needed that. And I think in the race for second, psychologically, this is a huge boost for them. It's a huge win to beat the team that's second, close the gap on them as well. And this is how the table looks at this current moment. So second, Supersport United, 39 points. Orlando Pirates, 37 points. But the drama didn't stop there, guys. There's more. Let's go down to KZN now this time around. Maritzburg United going up against Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs getting the 3 crucial points. I mean, they started well, to be fair. And they caught Maritzburg United on transition quite a number of times. And they got the goals, S2EP33 making that run, passes it to Keegan Dolly. And I tweeted to say this guy's pace is frightening. I mean, I've seen Theo Walcott, but this guy's he's lightning, I have to say. And also as well as Christian getting another goal as well in the league. That strike, amazing. The game remained open. And that's what my disappointment in Kaizer Chiefs was. Now you 2-0 up, but now why are you leaving it open? Why are you not necessarily controlling the game? That's not what they did. And they gave Maritzburg United a chance to come back, in which what they took in coming back. And they showed character and they showed fight. And that's what I loved about Maritzburg United, is the fact that they didn't necessarily give it up. The game goes to 2-2. You go into the second half. Both teams not trying to make a mistake as well, because already they'd hit each other in the first half. But then the referee, the middleman, I don't know what was going on there. The Hure potentially fouls, or I guess he fouls S2EP33, according to the referee, gives the penalty. He took so long to make that decision. He took so long. And I was sitting there wondering, do we have VAR here? Do we have VAR in South Africa? Because why is he taking so long to make that decision? If he thought it was a penalty, then just call it right away. And even the foul itself, for me, I don't think it was a penalty. I really do not think it was a penalty. And also, I just felt that Maritzburg United, the fight that they showed within the game, they deserved far more than what they got. But Chiefs get the 3 points. And I can't blame Kaizer Chiefs, because it's not Chiefs who's making the decision. It's the man down the middle who's making the decision. So it's not like it's Chiefs who made that decision that I think was not great. It was the referee. So they get the 3 points. And now the table looks like this. When we come back from the international break, we have a race on our hands, guys. This might be the actual race that goes down to the wire. Not the league title. League title is gone. But this is the one that I think Atoswani was referring to all this time, that could go down to the wire. Let's look at their remaining fixtures, actually. Let's look at their remaining fixtures. Supersport's fixtures, not bad. They've got about 4 home games to play. Orlando Pirates have only got 3. Kaizer Chiefs have got about 4 home games as well to play. And now what's key here is Supersport and Kaizer Chiefs face one another. In the second last league game, they face one another. And Orlando Pirates have the most away games to play. And you know who's going to have a big say in this title race? Brandon Tuta, Sekhukhune United. Because Sekhukhune United faces all 3 teams. And Sekhukhune United are not an easy team to play. Definitely. What is the 3 teams' biggest strengths, each of them? Supersport United, the most clinical. They've scored the most goals. They're just able to create a chance and take it. Orlando Pirates' biggest strength, they create a lot of half chances. A lot, in abundance. They just don't take them. Kaizer Chiefs, they create the most clear-cut chances. So, Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs is all about whether they take those opportunities or not. But check Rampedi, who is going to make second, in your opinion? I think Supersport. Yeah, I've gone with Supersport. The experience of Gavin Hunt, and also the fact that Supersport don't concede a lot of goals too. I reckon that Betway should get some odds up. And the only reason why I think they should get some odds up is because it's about to get nasty. From top of the table to the bottom, Swallows FC. A lot has happened at this football club. Dylan Kerr got fired early on in the season. Musa Nyatama wasn't able to get results. The chairman knew that they had to get an experienced. Middendorp comes in, stabilizes the club, get up a few points, crucial points. They look like they're hard to beat, hard to break down. And then Middendorp leaves because he gets an opportunity to go back to Europe and coach back in Europe. So he takes the opportunity, and now that leaves Musa Nyatama again to be alone in the dugout. They lost to Arrows this past weekend. And I won't lie, this club was dealt a huge blow with Middendorp leaving, because I thought Middendorp being there, I thought they were going to be safe for sure. But now the huge responsibility is back on Musa Nyatama. And then I saw reports over the weekend. Morgan Mammila could be appointed technical advisor of Swallows. I mean, when he was appointed that Kochipa United, eventually he became the head coach. Now he's being appointed technical advisor to Musa Nyatama. And if these reports are true, I mean, I read these and I think this must be some kind of a joke. Like, I mean, this can't be serious. This can't be a football club trying to survive. And I've got no qualms with Morgan Mammila, no doubt about it. My issue comes in the fact that Musa Nyatama needs help. I'm in agreement to that. He needs help and he needs someone to come in and maybe stand next to him and help him out. But he needs someone with experience. So when Ernst Mindorp came in, I thought that made sense for me. Now Morgan Mammila, and we're talking about a coach who had retired from coaching. I don't know where he's at. And he's got a good relationship with David Mahashwa, the chairman as well. But I thought it was just friendship, that's it. But now if he comes into the club, you sort of think of those two, is that enough to get the club out of trouble? Like, is it enough to get them out of trouble? Because they've only got about a few clubs underneath them. I think they've only got about 2 clubs. And Maruma Gallants with 1 win, it could change it all. And I don't want this club to get relegated. I really do not, because I have history with this club. I do. I once worked there. And I'm fond of them too. So I'm really hoping that these decisions that David Mahashwa is making, it really works out. But for me, when I look at that decision, I'm just thinking it needs more experience on the bench to get this club out of the position that they're in. The only thing I can do for now is to wish the club all the best and hoping they don't get relegated. Fellow South Africans, we leave club football and we move into the international scene. 2 crucial encounters Bafana Bafana has to play against Liberia. 6 points will automatically qualify the boys to the next AFCON, because I think Liberia won't be able to do the business against Morocco. I have to also say, I think it's time that us as a nation start to support this team and Hugo Broos as well. And I'm accepting that Hugo Broos hasn't helped himself out in the situation. He's made comments about players, undermining players, inconsistent within his choices, leaving out players who are on form, the likes of Nehemiah Makori-Sang as well. And also, for me, never mind Hugo Broos, it's the public that I have to also speak to. It's the fact that I feel, as stakeholders, we focus too much on the negatives rather than supporting this team wholeheartedly. And I think this is something that they need. We're too focused on sensationalizing information, trying to get those big headlines. What is Hugo Broos going to say? Who is he going to criticize? You know, this player, how come this player's called up or that one is not called up? And every time I've seen Bafana Bafana play, I actually don't think Hugo Broos has ever been negative in a game. I don't think he's ever been negative. And when you look at his record too, you know, he's had about 12 games when he's been in the dugout. He's won 7 of them, lost 3 times and drawn twice. But from what I've seen, he's never gone into a game being negative. And the teams that he's lost to, away to Ghana, away to Morocco, and away to France. In those 3 games, there's none of them I felt he could have won anyways. But in the games that he did win, they showed heart, they showed fight. They almost qualified to the playoffs of the World Cup. The previous World Cup that just happened now. And sometimes as a nation, and even the media, and even the presenters, even the fans, even myself, we tend to forget that the more we don't want Hugo Broos to succeed, that means the more Bafana Bafana fails. And that means the more we become upset. So no one wins. No one wins at all. And this man has won an AFCON as well. You know, he's won an AFCON with Cameroon, and I think that's why he was brought here. And I think it's time that we just trust what he's doing and just support what he's doing and support the players that he's picked. And these players, I mean, they know full well. It's Liberia home and away. I expect 6 points. I expect 6 points. I expect nothing less than 6 points. But now that we all know that, everybody knows we can't lose to Liberia. But if we all know that now, let's just support instead of just always trying to criticize. I think these boys can definitely qualify, and I think it's something that we can look forward to being at the next tournament for sure. They have to keep grounded, keep focused. Even Hugo Bruce has spoken about the fact that if he doesn't qualify, we can kill him. We're not going to kill you, but you're going to have to leave very quickly if you can't at least get 6 points within this group. But I wish all the boys the best, and I'm wishing that everybody within South Africa, let's just stop being so negative, and let's just support the team. It's time for our weekly bet of the week. The purpose of this segment is to show you my bet slip in hopes that it helps yours light and green. The more accurate, the more cash you get. Let's get into it. No club football, no problem. There's still tons of games to look forward to. The Euro Championships qualifiers. I've picked those games. Italy going up against England over 1.5 goals. Portugal against Liechtenstein. I've gone with over 2.5 goals. North Macedonia against Malta. North Macedonia win straight. Denmark against Finland. Denmark straight win. Slovakia against Luxembourg. I've gone with Slovakia straight win. Austria against Azerbaijan. I've gone with Austria straight win. The odds? 4.56. 4 times my money back. Let's hope those selections work out. That is Bet of the Week, sponsored by Betway. Remember to practice responsible betting at betway.co.za. Until the next one, all the best. We've come to the end of the show. Maruma Gallants, Akaoleva. Congratulations for going through to the knockout stages of the Confed Cup. And for you that's watching, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified for future episodes.